John Hopkins Bloomberg School of Public Health says for the third straight year, firearms killed more children and teens ages 1 to 17 than any other cause, including car crashes and cancer. And as of last month, CNN reports there's been at least 50 school shootings this year alone, leaving 24 dead. What proposals would you bring to Congress to ensure your district's security and ensure parents can safely send their kids to school?
Well, it's a tragedy and a moral failing that we still have so many ways to prevent gun violence in this country, and Congress has not acted. So I support and have voted for numerous pieces of federal legislation to strengthen gun laws and to keep weapons out of the hands of people who should not have them. I voted for the Bipartisan Safer Communities Act, which was the biggest gun violence prevention legislation to become law in over 30 years. And I'm very proud of that, but it's only a first step. It made interstate gun trafficking illegal, which should be pretty obvious to everyone, because a huge problem in Illinois is that we see guns trafficked in from states like Indiana and being used to kill, hundreds of citizens of Illinois every year. It's also important to enhance background checks to keep guns out of the hands of people where the law enforcement community already knows that they have problems.
Congressman, we spoke about consensus with immigration policy. Do you think there's any way to reach some sort of consensus with the other side of the aisle when it comes to gun policy?
Well, if you look at the polling on this, universal background checks and a ban on military-style assault weapons is supported by a huge majority of the American people. I think that what we're running into is the same blockade that I mentioned before, is that if any Republican Speaker of the House would bring up even these ideas that are very popular with the American public, that the Republican Speaker would be immediately voted out of office by the Republican caucus. And we saw that happen again and again. And so I'm pessimistic that under Republican control, we're going to be able to get these things done. This is something, again, where if we had a stronger discharge petition, the thing I mentioned before, we'd have a real chance at getting things that are popular on both sides of the aisle up for a vote and pass through the House, because a majority of members of Congress, do support things like universal background checks, but we're simply not allowed to vote on clean versions of these.